Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Blackwell Epiphany. Okay, let's go back to our phone and... Okay, March 18th, 1993. Alright, let's, pick up the marker, and we'll circle the 18th. Alright, Joey. Let's try this. Alright, can we
Peter?
reschedule again?
Hey man, what can I do for you?
Say, can we Sure.
Alright, let's go.
Do you see that lady? She's still here. What's with her?
Been asking myself the same question.
Ah, Joey.
Anyway, let's check the schedule. I think we can do Tuesday at 3 p.m.
Sure, sounds good.
Great, see you then. Pace yourself, Elizabeth. This isn't a race.
Okay, that wasn't the, That wasn't it.
I'm not.
Alright, so I can
It's just a number.
I can mess with the dates on this. But okay. March. Silly me. There we go. That's correct, right? Yeah, March 18th. There we go. Let's see if he says something again. Something different this time.
Hey, Peter?
Hey man, what can I do for you?
Say,
Sure, we
Let's
can.
reschedule again? What are you going to say about Rosa this time?
Listen, miss, if you're just seeking shelter from the storm, that's fine. But once it dies down, you're gonna have to leave, okay?
Yep.
Wait, you think I'm a homeless person?
I don't think anything. Just don't bother anyone's workout, okay?
Sure, whatever.
Good.
She didn't like
Anyway,
that.
Let's check the schedule. Huh? Is that the date?
Yep.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry, but there's an appointment I've got to keep. Can we sort this out another day?
sure, no problem.
Thanks.
Oh, alright. Well. Let's go ahead and leave then. I think he's heading to the cemetery. Let's go. So about that not liking the
excuse me.
cemetery
Hey,
thing.
look, I really want to be left alone right now.
Too bad.
Sorry.
Hey, Peter?
Oh, hey, look, I really want to be left alone right now. We'll talk later, okay?
Nope.
Sure, no problem. Hey,
Oh, hey,
sure.
hey.
Sorry.
He needs to be
I talk with the dead. Excuse me.
Hey,
Sorry.
Nope.
I don't blow up. I'm not. No point. He needs to be a. Hey,
oh,
sure. Looks to be in his 50s. He obviously.
Huh. So I got him here, but it's not helping me much. Oh, you know what? Let's go to the police station and see how he died. The father.
Officer Palmer?
Yeah. What can I
What's
do?
up, Corey? Consult notes. Maggie
Do you
Fielding?
have any information on a Maggie Fielding?
Let me check. Maggie Fielding. Yeah, she was picked up in a raid not too long ago.
A raid?
A drug den in Chelsea. Some dump called the Carth House.
I know it.
Huh. Of course you do.
Of course.
Anything else?
Just that she and about a dozen others were sent to the hospital for a detox. They were processed and let go.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. What about Connor
Is there
Fielding?
anything in the system about a Connor Fielding? He died about 20 years ago.
Let's see. Our records from back then are a bit spotty, but can't hurt to check.
Oh, come on. That
No,
computerization,
nothing
then.
comes up, but it's a very common name. Is there anything specific you can tell me about him?
He was in the Army.
Oh. Then there might be something in the Veterans Association records.
Aren't those public?
Not everything. But fortunately for you, I can access everything.
Sweet.
Okay. Archived records. Connor Fielding. Oh, seriously?
What's wrong?
Idiots. They had no idea how to archive data back then. I can only look them up by service number. You don't know it, do you?
I do actually. It's 070-234-541.
Well, that's handy.
Indeed.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Connor Fielding. Served in Vietnam from 1966 till 1969. Honorably discharged. Moved with his family to New York a few years later. Huh. That's interesting.
What?
It says here that the police were called to his apartment several times. Reports of raised voices. Possible domestic abuse.
Not
no
surprised.
charges were pressed, which is why it wasn't in our police records.
But it's in the military database?
Word gets around. Someone must have noted it in his VA file. Doesn't say much else.
Okay. Cops were called to his apartment several times on suspicion of domestic violence.
Well, I'd better go. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to work with you, Corey. That's Officer Palmer. Whatever you say, Corey. Whatever you say. Fielding House.
Oh, coming.
Yeah, you better be
sure.
coming.
Come on in.
Thank you. Need to talk about your daddy again.
Can't you tell me anything about your father?
I told you.
Father is
So
dead.
your father is dead.
Yep.
Why didn't you just say that instead of sending me to the cemetery?
The only person to visit Dad was Peter, and he can't do that anymore. I figured Dad could use the company.
Really?
No, not really. I told you, there are things I can't talk about yet.
Uh-huh. I learned a bit about your father.
I learned a bit about your father.
You did?
The police were called several times to his house. No charges were made. It's not hard to read between the lines.
Huh. Well, I suppose you know everything now.
Not
I
quite.
don't, but I'm trying to.
Why? Why do you care so much? What does my father beating the crap out of my mother have to do with how Peter died?
I don't know that yet. There's something bigger
There's something
going on.
bigger going on.
That doesn't matter. I can't take on anybody else's problems. I'm barely dealing with my own. I've been trying to forget this crap my whole life, and now I have a chance. I'm not going back to that. I'm sorry. I know you think you have good reasons, but I really need to be alone right now.
Listen.
Please, leave.
Okay.
You know I'll be coming back in, right?
You have such a way with people.
Are you still here?
Yes.
Just leaving. Where are you going?
To visit my precious father. Not that it's any of your business. My neighbors are kind of twitchy. You'd better get out of here before someone calls the cops.
I'm not worried about the cops. Well, let's follow her. To the cemetery.
Maggie.
Huh?
Huh. I had a feeling you'd follow me here.
You did?
I didn't follow you. You got here after I did.
You're not gonna leave me alone, are you?
Nope.
You know I try and help you whenever I can.
Not until I spill everything.
I've never pressured you to talk to me, Maggie, although God knows maybe I should have.
I'm sorry, but it's important.
Maybe it's because I'm out of that stuffy apartment. Maybe it's because when I'm here, I know he's really gone.
I know. I miss him too.
Do you
Talking
really?
about it. The fifth step.
If you
My
beat your
sponsor
mother.
said I didn't have to do them in order. Many people don't. I guess now is as good a time as any.
I'd like that, Maggie. I really would.
So, talk.
Tell me about your
Tell
father.
me about your father.
It's not about him. Not really. It's all wrapped up with Peter. It's always Peter.
What are you talking about?
What did Peter
What
do?
did Peter do?
Nothing. Everything.
Maggie, what are you talking about?
That's what I want to know.
He took over my dad's gym, made it successful.
Uh-huh.
I hated him for it.
Why?
Wait, what? Don't you remember how miserable I was? Drifting from job to job, hating all of them. Running Dad's gym was something I was good at. I thought you'd be happy for me.
Didn't Peter have lots of jobs he hated before he started working at the gym? Couldn't you be happy for him?
Happy? Happy that he took my father's name and made it revered?
I don't see the problem here.
Aha.
The people in the neighborhood love that gym. They come by and say what a nice old man Connor Fielding was.
Except he wasn't.
And what a shame he died. And how nice that his son took up his legacy. Legacy. A legacy of bruises and hiding in the dark.
Bruises? What are you talking about?
Peter had no idea that his
Mom
father
always
was
believed
beating...
her when she said she was clumsy. It was like some horrible after-school special.
Apparently not.
Maggie, you're not saying what I think you're saying.
Yeah, she is.
You never knew, did you, Peter? So wrapped up in yourself. You never saw what he was doing.
Why didn't you ever tell me?
Mom hid it from both of us. And I was too scared to say anything. In the end, it was just easier to say nothing. And hate you. And now it's too late. For what it's worth, I don't hate you anymore, Peter.
Well,
But I need to get on with
because he
my
is
life.
dead.
Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye? What do you mean, goodbye?
Oh,
Sorry, I should go.
guess there's his
Maggie,
grave
wait.
right there.
Maggie! I never knew. I swear, I never knew.
Kind of oblivious
I
there.
just don't understand.
Peter Connor Fielding, 1958 to 2013. All right. Well,
My God,
I'm sorry, Peter.
I remember.
Al,
The
can we use
ladder.
that thingy?
It broke.
Did it?
Oh man, I don't feel so good.
Right. We don't have a lot of time. Peter, I need you to grab a hold of this.
What the heck is that thing?
No time. Just grab.
Whee!
Well, that was close.
Did it work?
Let's get back and find out.
Yeah, it looks like it did.
Hey, look who's here. Pete's safe and sound.
Safe as a dead guy can be, anyway.
Yep.
Sorry, I know this is not exactly the reunion we expected after all this time, but you have no idea. I thought you were... Well, I explained that already.
So, Madeline, you got your spook. What have you learned?
It is interesting. This spirit is experiencing what would be considered nausea in a living person.
But he has no stomach.
Figures. I've never had a stomach virus in my life until I died.
He is being pulled. There is the signature of another spirit at work.
A signature.
Yes, I can see it. It is faint, but I can see it. Only the power of this circle is stopping it from gaining a foothold.
Can you track it?
Unfortunately, it is too faint for me to see anything useful. And we dare not lower the circle. I need to examine another soul. One that is marked like this one.
Yes, of
And
course.
by another soul, you mean Heather, don't you?
Yep.
Heather, is she involved in this?
Yep.
We all are, Pete. We all are.
This is all too much. First my sister, and now...
It won't be much longer. One
Your
way or
sister's
the
still
other,
alive.
we'll
What are you talking
finish
about?
This.
All right, well,
Peter?
talk to Peter.
Oh, hi, Rosangela, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's me.
Mike's been telling me about you.
Good.
So you've been doing this a while, huh?
For about 4 years. These days, it's pretty much all we do.
I don't envy you, but I'm glad.
I get to meet a lot of interesting corpses. I mean, people.
Father Michael,
Yeah.
are you familiar with Emil Haskins, Leah's ex-husband?
Sadly,
have
no.
all of these options.
Leah and I lost touch years ago. I didn't know she had even married in the first place until recently. But I feel for him. Do you know, there's no word for a parent who loses a child. The prospect is so unthinkable, we can't even name it.
Did you know Leah's daughter Kendra?
My God, I heard what happened. Madeline told me that her soul passed on peacefully. That
Yeah.
She's where she is supposed to be.
Yep.
Yes, she's fine.
I see. You have my thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. I don't think she was in any real danger anyway.
Leah was part of the Grace group, right?
It was over 20 years ago, but yes. She was a secretary at the time, I think. She was childhood friends with George Austin, and she brought him to the meetings, hoping to help him out. Turns out it helped both of them. She quit her job and joined the police force. She said the Grace group helped her find her way. I suppose until now, it did.
Interesting. What about George?
You knew George Austin, right?
Yeah, years ago. We went to the Grace group meetings together. He was... God, you should have seen him. A total mess. He looked like a street bum. I don't think he'd showered in weeks. But that was George.
Yeah.
He only put effort into the things he cared about. The Grace group helped him find what that was.
So what did he care about then?
Dealer.
Yeah, none of us could believe it. George, least of all. He always used to say that he would never have discovered his calling on his own, and he would have wasted his entire life not knowing. I used to feel the same way.
Someone completely hypnotized all these people. Tell me about Heather.
Is there anything else you can tell us about Heather? Anything at all?
I just know she was a prostitute when she went to Grace group meetings. I don't know what's happened to her since.
Did Heather ever talk about Ray? Her, boss?
Sadly, no. I'm sorry.
I do have a feeling that...
No, sorry.
I still feel that Tanya's, Heather.
Is there anything else you can tell?
I just know she...
So the man who ran the Grace group meetings was named Benjiro.
Yeah, Japanese guy. I don't remember anything else about him.
You're not being very helpful here, people.
Did you ever watch Tanya Corsi's show?
No, sorry.
And again, because if he had seen Tanya Corsi's show, then he might have recognized her as Heather Goffstein.
Anything else you can tell me about yourself?
No, I just want this to be over. One way or the other.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's one way that you don't want it to be over.
Is there anything else you could tell?
No.
Alright.
I guess we should get going.
Godspeed.
Do you think...
I hope so. I had no idea it was causing her so much pain. She's my sister. She's family. Maybe that blinded me to the truth. Maybe,
Could be.
With me gone, she can start to get better.
It's kind of harsh there, but possible. Madeline.
Madeline?
Yes, Blackwell.
Just who
I've
are you?
always wondered, just who are you?
Pardon?
Where'd you come from? Who you were before all this?
Tell
Yeah,
me
Death.
one thing. Have you ever asked your spirit guide the same question?
Yeah.
Has he ever given you a satisfactory answer?
No.
Precisely.
What? Oh, come on. Thank you for helping
Joey told
us.
me about how you helped him out of the void.
We helped each other.
Well, even still, if you weren't there, well, I don't know what would have happened.
The hole in the universe caused by the severed link would have consumed you. Your mind would have collapsed under the pressure, leaving you a raving madwoman.
Right.
Lovely thought there.
Well, thanks.
Lovely thought.
My pleasure.
Auntie Lauren?
You once told me that you knew my Auntie Lauren.
After a fashion. While in the void, I could reach out to the mortal world in dreams. The minds of other bestowers were the most receptive.
Huh? If that's true, how come she never mentioned it?
Sadly, the memories of our meetings faded as she woke.
What did you talk
What
about?
did you talk about? You and Auntie, I mean.
You have to understand, she was dreaming while we conversed. Her mind wasn't entirely lucid.
So you can't tell me anything.
Nothing that would make any cognitive sense.
Shucks. What happened
Do
to
you
them?
know what happened to them? To Auntie? To my grandmother? They both went insane. They spent years sedated in a hospital. Do you know why?
I do not. I felt their minds when they went, but that is all I know.
I see.
So it might be that, might be unrelated to them being a bestower then.
Do you think the same thing will happen to me? What happened to my aunt and grandmother, I mean?
I am sorry, I do not know. But I do believe your chances of safety are high.
You really think so?
Why?
Why?
I told you. While I was in the void, I could sense their minds. I could sense yours as well. You are stronger than they were.
Huh, really?
I'm stronger?
Not physically, or even mentally, but emotionally, yes. Your grandmother fled the duty. Your aunt performed it with only the greatest reluctance. But you have embraced it, thrived in it.
Well, it's what I do.
Still not writing anymore. Let's go back and
So
start
you
asking
don't know
about some of
anything
these
about
things.
this Grace group?
I'm afraid not. You know as much as I.
Alright.
Do you know anyone named Ray?
Apologies.
Nope.
Do you know anyone named Jim Peebles?
Apologies.
We met Heather. She seems kinda happy.
Happy.
She doesn't seem to be lost or looking for anything. She's just there.
Do you think all lost spirits are unhappy? If you are satisfied with your life, and it gives you pleasure, would you want to leave it? Tell an unhappy spirit that it can move to a better place, and they will jump at the opportunity. It is the satisfied and comfortable spirits that are the most difficult to convince.
Yeah, if you say
It
so.
almost doesn't seem fair. Michael said that a man named Benjiro...
My host has said as much to me.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Tanya Corsi? She had a morning talk show.
I am ashamed to say that technology eludes me, so I'm afraid I do not know the name.
Ah, hey! You're much like Joey there
I
in
guess
that
we
regard.
should get going.
Alright.
Of course. Keep us informed of your progress.
Alright, well that's one spirit we've successfully at least sort of saved.
Joey,
Let's talk to Joey
Yeah?
real fast.
I always used to wonder what it would be like. Never thought...
Nope. Alright, no topics.
Ray wasn't quite what I expected.
What did you expect?
I don't know. Not that.
That's for sure.
Any thoughts about Heather Goffstein?
Seems nice enough. Sweet.
Sweet.
Sure, you got a problem with sweet?
Wow. It's not exactly what you'd usually consider a term used for a prostitute, but okay.
Tanya Corsi. How come we only meet famous people when they're dead?
Because they need us. That's why.
Alright. Let's
I got
quickly
something
switch
to
back.
say.
What?
This place was a...
No.
Right.
No topics.
Jim Peebles seems like a decent guy. Works too...
Because he
Huh.
Same thing. Ray?
What an old bear cat that Ray was. I liked her.
liked her, even knowing what she does.
It's not a profession that's going away anytime soon, Red. And Ray's better than most.
That's quite true. That is quite true. Alright, well, alright, we gotta figure out what to do about, Heather and, Tanya, but, we'll do that in the next episode. See you then, everyone.